It's creamy, it's cheesy, it's absolutely decadent. Is it Italian? I don't know. According to the test tubes, I'm only like 13% Italian. But this is how I make it, so you can take inspiration, remix it, and make it your own. And if you're lactose intolerant, I'm sorry, but this episode, it's like you're trapped in an episode of American Horror Story. This is my mac and cheese.
Oh dear.
All right, before we start boiling any pasta, we gotta get a little bit of prep work underway. We're gonna shred some cheddar, chop some garlic, and chop some parsley. Now the cheeses I'm using are cheddar, gruyere, pecorino, and parmesan, which is a little different than my cookbook, Eat CBQ, the cookbook available on Amazon. In that one, it's just cheddar, gruyere, and parmesan. But in the last few years, I have really grown accustomed to using pecorino in my dishes, so I'm just incorporating pecorino into this dish for now. All right, we're gonna start with cheddar cheese. White cheddar, yellow cheddar, it doesn't matter. We're gonna go for 2 ounces by weight or 1 cup. Next up is Gruyere cheese. I just absolutely love this stuff. It's a cow's milk cheese from Switzerland. It's a little bit creamy, it's a little bit nutty. It's nutty like Parmesan, it's creamy like cheddar. It's just the perfect go-between. Same with the cheddar, 2 ounces by weight or 1 cup. All right, next up, Parmesan cheese. Find the small holes because we're a avoider of dirty dishes. It's a cow's milk cheese from the northwest area of Italy, 2 tablespoons in all. All right, 1 tablespoon for the mac and cheese and 1 tablespoon for the Panko crumble topping we're gonna talk about here in just a moment. All right, next up, Pecorino Romano. This is the cheese I've been using for the last couple of years. I just absolutely love it. I've just become more fond of it than I have Parmesan. And to me, it's just a little bit saltier. It's a sheep's milk cheese from the Rome region of Italy. All right, I found some parsley in the fridge. No, it doesn't look that great, but we're gonna use it to make ourselves feel a little bit better about eating some greens while we're eating this decadent, gooey mac and cheese. We're gonna put the parsley into the Panko topping. We're not gonna roll it like a cigar. We're gonna roll it like we've been listening to Cypress Hill all day. That is the proper way to roll your herbs. Chop. Back into the knife or bench scraper. Don't use the sharp end of the knife to scrape. The same holes we used for the pecorino and the Parmesan, we're gonna use it for the garlic. Now, if you just wanna put this on your board, Hulk smash, chop it up, go for it. Watch your fingers, it'll bite. All right, prep work is out of the way. Let's get to boiling some pasta. All right, let's get some kosher salt. How do you know it's salty? Taste it. Take a spoon right now while it's cold, taste it. Should be salty. Now, if you're a flat earther, you wait until it's boiling, then you taste it. Just go in there with your hands like you've been lost in the desert for a couple of hours and you found an oasis. We're not putting any oil in here. Oil and water do not mix. Pick any kind of pasta you like. I'm just using large elbow macaroni. You want to use fresh pasta? Go for it. Cavatelli, spaghetti, fettuccine, some other ones that end with vowels, I don't care. Whatever you want. In this recipe, it's 1.25 cups of dry elbow macaroni, or by weight, 4 ounces. 6-minute timer. For this dry elbow macaroni, 6 minutes on the dot is all you need. If you don't have one of these, this is a culinary spider. Google it. Just don't Google spider button. Way different. Now while we wait for this to finish boiling, my consigliere has been up my you-know-what about me not promoting my own propaganda. So do me a favor, down below or up there or wherever it's at, ring the bell, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Now what we don't want to do is run this pasta underwater. Do not rinse your pasta underwater. You don't put ketchup on eggs, you don't rinse your pasta underwater. If you do that, you're a degenerate. Just a touch of oil. That's it. Yeah, it's a little big for our crumble topping, but we're eventually going to cook our mac and cheese in here as well, so avoid our dirty dishes, remember? Now let's get our panko topping done and out of the way. We're going to start with a healthy amount of don't tell your doctor. Good olive oil, extra virgin, and butter, best friends. I'm going with about a cup. Just get it coated. With that breadcrumb, let the panko just soak up all that oil and fat. You want to keep the heat down low, not even medium low, lower than that. Because you're looking to toast it, you're not looking to burn it. We're going to turn that off, add a couple pinches. What is that, a tablespoon? 2 tablespoons, whatever you like. All right, let's get that mixed in. I don't know if you can hear that parsley cracking. And there we have some nutty panko breadcrumbs. We're going to put this on top of our mac and cheese at the very end to give it a little bit of crunch, a little bit of texture variation. And just as it's coming off the heat, now's the time to stir in that cheese. So we started with olive oil and butter, and we sauteed our panko breadcrumbs. And after it's been in the bowl, we added about a tablespoon of pecorino romano and a tablespoon of parmesan reggiano. All right, we got that wiped out. We're going to get this pan heated again. We're going to make some mac, and we're going to be eating within a few minutes. All right, well that pan warms up, half a cup heavy cream, and add a 1/4 cup whole milk. Why the 2? Why not just have all of it be heavy cream? Frankly, my Lipitor can't handle it. We're not gonna scorch this. We're just gonna let it go down low and slow. All right, so we're gonna build this in stages. First stage, milk and cream. Second stage, seasoning. Third stage, we're gonna get the noodles in. And then at the very end, we're gonna add all the cheese. The recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of that grated garlic we did earlier, half a teaspoon of granulated garlic, and the last thing for this recipe, 1/4 teaspoon of ground white pepper. Now at this point, you wanna add red pepper flakes, cayenne, maybe some oregano, go for it. We want these seasonings to steep in the milk and the cream for just a few moments. You should already start smelling the garlic in those seasonings. All right, next thing we're gonna add are the noodles. Why not the cheese? We want this cream mixture to get inside all the nooks and crannies of the pasta. Remember when Bill Murray was hunting the gopher in Caddyshack and needed the dynamite to get in all the holes so it'd blow up? All right, 4th step, we're gonna add cheese. Not all at once, in stages. Add some cheese, mix it in. And again, maintain your temperature. If you think it's going too fast, turn it down. Trust me, it'll melt. Adding in stages. There we go. What did we get, about 3 handfuls out of that cheese? Good enough. At this point, you want to add some pre-sauteed mushrooms or some peas or some leftover barbecue or bacon crumbles. Perfect time to add whatever you want to add to this right now. Just mix it in, let it heat through. And if you don't think this is thick enough, add more cheese. Pick one, pick all of them. All right, let's add some of that crunchy topping. I hope you can take inspiration from this, remix it, make it your own, change up the cheeses, add bacon, add barbecue, add sauteed mushrooms if you're a Vegematic. Do whatever you like. We made this, now it's time to eat this. Like, subscribe, and check out the propaganda.
Outside the boundaries of their phony world of kicks is the ever-present possibility of discovery. This must be avoided at all costs, for discovery brings with it the penalties of society. Shame, arrest, prison. Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville.